News Services Division of Akashvani presents Northeast Diary.
Good evening. Welcome to this edition of Northeast Diary. As we explore the northeastern part of India, it gets intriguing to know about it in each episode. Let me tell you about the excitement in today's episode. Today, we bring an interview with Abhishruti Bezbarua, a versatile singer from Assam. We will also bring a report on the job fair organized by Arunachal State Rural Livelihoods Mission as part of the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana in Itanagar. But for now, let's go over to Nagaland, where the rhythm of the 4th Asia Music Summit still echoes through the streets of Kohima. Nagaland witnessed the vibrant rhythms and harmonies of the 4th Asia Music Summit. From February 1st to 3rd, Kohima played host to this remarkable event, a collaborative effort spearheaded by Music Connect Asia and the Task Force for Music and Arts, with the backing of the Government of Nagaland. Drawing in an eclectic mix of talent, the summit welcomed esteemed musicians, artists, and festival directors hailing from no fewer than 12 diverse countries. Among the nations represented were Japan, Santiago de Chile, Ontario, Canada, Italy, Jordan, Thailand, South Korea, Indonesia, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, and of course, our very own India. Over the course of 3 days, participants immersed themselves in a whirlwind of performances, discussions, and networking opportunities, fostering cross-cultural exchange and collaboration in the dynamic realm of music. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into the highlights and insights gleaned from this extraordinary gathering of musical minds. Join our correspondent Asuno from Kohima as she brings you a comprehensive report on this music extravaganza.
The 3-day Asia Music Summit witnessed a series of workshop mentoring sessions, panel discussions, business, networking, one-on-one sessions and other activities. Besides, a total of 21 bands performed in the event. The summit was designed for bands agents, band managers, musicians, music institute heads, music teachers, talents manager, event management companies, music producers, songwriters, music enthusiasts, music labels, and music festivals directors.
Asia Music Summit is an annual convening of leaders in culture and the creative industries. The aim of Asia Music Summit is to provide a global platform where the exchange and birth of ideas and concepts would be fostered to create exciting new partnerships within Asia and the rest of the world.
President of Music Connect Asia, Mr. Kaushik Datta said,
I'm very hopeful, after this summit, we will surely be able to export a lot of bands from Nagaland to different festivals all around the world. That will be, the takeaway of this summit. It's not only meeting and sharing, not only expanding our network or connecting to different people, but the takeaway should be, of promotion and promoting Naga bands, showing their talents to the world.
Meanwhile, representatives of festivals from 12 countries have signed the historic Asia Music Summit Kohima Declaration for promotion of music and the music fraternity of Asia and beyond. The signatories of the declaration signed in the presence of the President, Music Connect Asia, Mr. Kaushik Datta, and Advisor, Asia Music Summit 2024 Core Committee, Mr. Abu Mehta, commits to promote perpetual peace, everlasting amity, and cooperation that will contribute to mutual strength, solidarity, and closer relationship. Nagaland Chief Minister Mr. Nyupirio also welcomed the historic Kohima Declaration signed by representatives of festivals from 12 countries.
Nagaland is God's own country. We are so blessed.
For Northeast Diary, Asonyo, Akashwani News, Kohima.
The Arunachal State Rural Livelihoods Mission recently hosted a 2-day job fair in Itanagar in line with the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gramin Kaushalya Yojana. The event, which concluded on Tuesday, marked a pivotal moment in connecting employers with skilled job seekers trained under the DDUGKY program. It aimed to facilitate sustainable employment opportunities across diverse sectors. Our Itanagar correspondent Rakesh Dole brings the highlights of this event in his report.
The 2-day job fair organized by Arunachal State Rural Livelihood Mission saw the participation of Central Technical Support Agency, NAPCONs, PIA representatives, trainees and other 30 reputable companies hailing from different parts of India, offering both domestic and international placement opportunities. A total of 106 selections were made during the fair. The job fair was done entirely on digital platform. From candidate registrations to the issuance of offer letters, candidates registered digitally by scanning a QR code to mark their attendance, submitted resumes online and indicated their preferences during pre-counseling sessions. Rujin Belai, Chief Operating Officer, ARSLM, said that the job fair was a great success and resonates with Prime Minister Narendra Modi's vision of India at 2047.
कुल मिला के हमने इस 2 दिवसीय जो जॉब फेयर में 70% हमने जो है प्लेसमेंट कराए हैं और इस पे हमने ओवरसीज प्लेसमेंट गल्फ कंट्रीज में हमने बहुत सारे प्लेसमेंट कराए हैं। तो कुल मिला के एक बहुत सक्सेसफुल प्रोग्राम रहा जो 2 दिवसीय जॉब फेयर जो है हमने ईटानगर में किया है। एंड थ्रू दिस इनिशिएटिव ऑफ DDGKY वी आर आल्सो ऑनरिंग द प्राइम मिनिस्टर्स विजन for Viksit Bharat 2047 through skilling and placement by creating a livelihood for the youths. जो हमारा डेमोक्रेटिक डिविडेंड है इंडिया का, जो अभी अमृतकाल 25 वर्ष अपने अमृतकाल है, उसके अंदर हमें एक यूथ को ट्रेनिंग करना, उनको एक वोकेशनल एजुकेशन या उनको स्किल करने का जो एक मिशन मोड पे हम काम कर रहे हैं और उनको प्लेस करेंगे सो दैट देयर इज प्रॉस्पेरिटी इन द रूरल। एक रूरल लाइवलीहुड को हम इनहेंस करने के लिए और यूथ को हम प्रोग्रेसिव बनाना और अरुणाचल को एक प्रोग्रेसिव स्टेट बस हमारा कंट्री का इकोनॉमी में कंट्रीब्यूट करने के लिए थ्रू स्किलिंग प्रोसेस DDG अपना रोल प्ले कर रही है।
Organizers say that the initiative guides rural unemployed youths in getting jobs in organized sector and on the other hand supports the industries in getting skilled and trained human resources for better growth and success of their businesses. For Northeast Diary, this is Rakesh Dole, Akashwani News, Itanagar.
The 7th installment of Pariksha Pe Charcha took place on 29 January at the Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi. Approximately 3,000 students in attendance were captivated and inspired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi's address. Notably, a group of selected students from Manipur poised to sit their exams in a stress-free environment represented the state at the event. Tune in to hear firsthand how these students were motivated by the Prime Minister's words, as reported by our Imphal correspondent JJ Thokchom.
The largest movement for exam warrior, Pariksha Pe Charcha, was initiated by the Prime Minister Narendra Modi in 2018 to create a stress-free atmosphere for youngsters who are preparing to take their exams. Some of the students' parents along with the teachers are selected to attend the event held in New Delhi, in which the Prime Minister interacted with the participants. From Manipur, Narengbam Sangkhonba Maitai, a student of class 12 standards from Thobal district, attended the event held on Monday. He was the winner of Kala Ushab 2024 in vocal music and traditional folk music. Speaking to Northeast Diary of Akashvani News, Narengam Chankhonba Maitei said that he was impressed by the speech of the Prime Minister and now his fear to face the upcoming exam has gone after attending the Pariksha Pe Charcha. He said,
it was very nice and I was very lucky to be part of this Pariksha Pe Charcha. I'm the only one from Manipur participating this year. Our PM sir give a good advice about exams, how to relieve your stress and tension, and it was very nice experience for me too as well.
It is widely accepted that the students face huge pressure before and during the examination, and sometimes it also creates serious problems for an individual. In such a situation, the Pariksha Pe Charcha takes a major role for students to ease out the pressures and stress. JJ Thokchom, Akashvani News, Northeast Diary, Imphal.
And now we come to the personality of the week. Today, we bring you an exclusive interview with Abhishruti Bezbarua, a versatile musician from Assam, who honed her craft under the guidance of Padma Bhushan Pandit Rajan Sajan Mishra of the Banaras Gharana. Notably, she made history at just 19 by becoming the first Assamese woman to win the All India Radio Hindustani Classical Music Competition at the national level. Today, we have the pleasure of exploring her remarkable journey through the world of music as she graciously shares her inspiring story in an interview conducted by Manas Pratim Sharma.
Good evening, listener. In this episode of Northeast Diary, we are joined by renowned Assamese singer Abhishruti Bezbarua. Abhishruti, welcome to this episode of Northeast Diary. Being a very popular Assamese singer, not only confined in Assam, you have a pan-India fan followings. Please tell us your journey in the field of music, and especially give more emphasis on the folk fusion concept. Tell us about it.
First of all, thank you very much for having me on your show. Actually, folk has been with me for a very, very long time, and I am a classically trained musician. I am trained under Pandit Rajan Sajan Mishra ji of the Banaras Gharana, and being Indian classically trained, it has got to do with tradition, and I'm also an Assamese. So that brings me back to my tradition of folk music. And when you talk about Assam, Bihu is the first thing that comes across anybody's mind. Right. Hence, I ventured into this whole world of Bihu folk. And I'm also a sound designer, and I have worked in many films. So having all the experience from the world of sound, which is very different from music actually. So I kind of fused that world of sound with my music to create my folk fusion. That is essentially to use natural sounds with music, with our local instruments, such as like the dhul pepa gogona and everything else. So that is my concept of folk fusion, and it's been a beautiful journey so far, because I think whatever you are aligned to do, it ultimately happens. And the first break that I got in my life was from Pandit Birju Maharaj ji. He's the one who actually introduced me to my Gurujis. And through my Gurujis, under their talim and their professional training, I think I'm here so far. So I'm always very grateful to my Gurus for giving me that kind of time and that kind of professional training in terms of even mentorship.
Right. And you have a long association with Akashvani, All India Radio. So please tell us, your journey with Akashvani, how did you get involved with All India Radio, Guwahati station, Delhi station, Kolkata?
Yes, definitely. Actually, I am a graded artist at Akashvani. And this goes back actually a very long time. In 2006, there was this competition at an all India level of Indian classical music. And there I was announced to be the winner of that series. And I was told by AIR Guwahati that I'm the first Assamese to have won this award. So that kind of feeling is very, very special, because you're bringing a recognition back to the state. And what better can it be than AIR or Akashvani. So that association is very, very special to me because that is a very big recognition that I got on a pan-India level. I had gone to Calcutta to perform and then get my award also. So, lots of avenues also opened for me from there. The levels were very, very difficult because in classical music, we are trained to perform a rag for say 1 hour, 1.5 hours. But here in the competition, you had to be so precise and concise that in 15 minutes you had to present your rag. So I remember my rag was Jog, which I had performed in AIR. And probably in one of these studios only. Right. So it just feels great. And then I also applied for, I think, Sugam Sangeet, and I got a B grade artist title. Yeah, so it's been a beautiful journey so far, and walking down this corridor also brought back a lot of memories.
So this is a mesmerizing journey for you so far. So why don't we have some recreate the music with Shruti and Akashvani for our listeners.
Definitely. I think let's go with a bihu.
Yes.
Something that I had tried to do actually with natural sounds. So Rongali Bihu, or the time of Baisakhi, Bishu, Bohag Bihu, Poila Boshak, everything comes in the same time. So around that time, it is spring, and then we hear a lot of birds. And, for Assamese people especially, like our sweets such as pithas are very important, and gifting clothes to one another is very important. So my concept of this bihu that I will sing a few lines of was to fuse those sounds of nature. Like I fused the sound of the cuckoo, koil, that sound into my track, and the clickety-clack of the loom, the hand loom where our mekla chadars are woven. So I fused that, and then we created this wonderful track, which I love personally, but then eventually it seemed like whole of Assam really enjoyed it. So just a few lines from that.
Please.
Iri gole rapat ne lage moina mat beli gole ne lage bhat. Oi bihuti gole ki koi no thaki moi juriya ahotore sat. Ro roi roti moina moti tomalokar ghoroloi khodai jabo paru moi ro roi roti. O moina moti, o dia jodi. Yes.
So, how do you recollect those memories in your musical journey? Along with, you have been fortunate enough to be trained by some maestros.
Yes, absolutely.
Of course. So, how did you, look back those days, in your present musical journey? There's your impact, what they have taught to you, your connection with Rajasthani music, people, all these things?
Absolutely, because I think when you talk about experiences and opportunities, I think my playground was my school, Mayo College Girls School, Ajmer, in Rajasthan. I studied there for 8 years. I left Assam actually when I was 10 years old, and I returned much later in 2016. I won't mention the date and all. But I think that my school has actually made me who I am today, because that is where I met Pandit Birju Maharaj Ji. That is where I worked with Padma Shri Muzaffar Ali Sahab, who's directed the famous film Umrao Jaan. I have had the opportunity to perform at the Lucknow Mahotsav because of him. So I think my school has played such an important role in my life to just help me discover who I am. And through Pandit Birju Maharaj Ji, I met my Gurujis, Pandit Rajan Sajan Mishra Ji. And how things play out, I was surprised because I had no idea that Maharaj Ji's own son-in-law is Chote Guruji. And how things played out, and he was like, "Ruko beti, मैं phone करता हूँ और तुम जाओ audition दो, and if अगर उनको पसंद आया, then definitely they might want to take you under them, but they might not also. So be prepared for both sides." So then one day we went with my mom. My mom moved with me to Delhi so that I could pursue, this professional training. And because when it was sessions with Guruji, it was 6 hours. So after college, I was in LSR. After college, I would just go off and just train under Guruji for hours and hours. So what a small world that, I got connected with Guruji, and then Guruji accepted me as their student, and then how things have played so far. And then I went into this whole world of films, and I went to actually Bombay to learn the technical side of music, just to know how to go about recording a song, or how would you direct your sound engineer in your live shows. So I went to Whistling Woods International, Mumbai, Subhash Ghai's Institute. That's where I learned music production and sound designing. I entered this entirely new world of sound, where I was introduced to new departments such as sync sound. Like, you have to record the actor on the location. There was no dubbing for those films. And I had the opportunity to work in many Bollywood and 2 Hollywood films so far. And it's been a beautiful ride. And gathering all those experiences from my film world, I came back to Assam, and then, connecting those dots with my music here. Then Bihu came into the picture, and then there was sound, and that's how,
things are going on.
Things are going on,
Excellent,
yes.
Excellent. And what we got to know, you are doing a very novel cause. You are connecting, those Divyangan people through your live concert music. Please tell us about this. So
basically, when I was a child, I used to see on Doordarshan that during the primetime news, there was a little box on the right-hand side, and there was somebody doing some kind of action.
Sign language.
Sign language. Right. I didn't know, I was very little then. And that time, I think cable was also not there. So I used to ask my mum that, what is this? So then she used to say, this is for the deaf community who cannot hear. So it is sign language. So that memory kind of stayed with me. And then, of course, I've been wanting to do it, but, somehow the connections don't fall in place. Last year, actually, I met Priyanka Newar, who is a teacher. She's an interpreter at the Northeast School of the Hearing Impaired, through Arman Ali, who is also heading the disability movement in Delhi. So through him and through her, I thought first I will learn the language, because if I want to communicate with them, I should know the language. So I started learning. And then we did this very popular ghazal, Aaj Jaane Ki Zid Na Karo by Farida Khanum ji. And I learned the language and I performed it. But then after that I realized that it's alright that I learn it, but what am I giving back in return? I'm not empowering anybody. It's only going to get me that attention that, she's doing this. But that was not my aim. My aim was to also empower deaf talent. So we started doing this, and then Priyanka said, okay, we have a few students who are interested. Some are actors, some are dancers, So I was like, great, let's get it together. And then last year during Rongali Bihu, that is April 2023, we released Roiro Roti, which I just sang, Roiro Roti in sign language. So that was really appreciated and accepted very warmly here. We even went to the stage. So my entire initiative is also going to cover my live concerts. Will be also interpreted in sign language.
Right. And finally, before we wrapping up, we want to, sing something again, because it's really nice, and I can feel the pulse, and our listeners definitely to be connected again.
Thank you. I just released a very peppy number. I got to do with Goru Bihu, which is celebrated on the 14th of April, like on the day of Sankranti. It's called Digloti Digholpat. I'll just hum a few lines. Hey digloti dighol padmakhi maro jat jat, digloti dighol padmakhi maro jat jat, mayer khoru baper khoru toy hobi bor goru, tur johe milibo bhate, tur johe milibo bhat. Oi digloti dighol padmakhi maro jat jat, মায়ের সৰু বাপের সৰু তই হবি বৰ গৰু তোৰ জহে মিলিব ভাতে তোৰ জহে মিলিব ভাত.
Excellent. And thank you, Shruti, for giving us your time, your inputs, your music. Thank you again. I hope that our pan-India listeners would definitely love this.
Thank you so much for having me on your Northeast Diary.
Thank you.
From Kumar Gaurav. It was brought to you by the News Services Division of Akashvani.